I attended EGX Rezzed today in London and had the chance to go hands-on with some upcoming Switch games and to talk to the developers of those games. Here's my impressions of the games I tried. First up, I tried Pocket Rumble. This is a one-on-one 2D fighter like Street Fighter 2 but with streamlined controls so that you only use 2 buttons to execute attacks. You can also do specials by hitting one of those buttons and one of the diagonal directions. Executing specials took me a couple of rounds to get used to. You need to hold the attack button for about half a second rather than just tapping it, which is what I've been used to in past fighters. Once I got the hang of the controls, it felt very natural and I found I was pulling specials out very easily. The game was really fun. You need to win 3 rounds to win the match and each round lasts 20 to 30 seconds. I was only planning to have a couple of goes, but I was hooked after my first go and sat there for 20 minutes and then returned to it later in the day. It was fun, fast and surprisingly deep given it only uses 2 attack buttons. I love the pixel graphics and the style of the game. There are 8 characters to choose from. I only tried a couple, but this is a definite buy for me and I look forward to trying the others. It's also a perfect game to play against a friend because you can play with 1 Joy-Con each. Next up I tried Ganon. This is a 2D platformer where you control a blob, at least I think it's a blob, and you progress through rooms going down these worm-like chutes. The rooms have enemies and the demo had a few different guns to try. The game is super weird. There's a whale that you seem to have a relationship with and you have to grab a skull for your head. It took me a few minutes to figure out the controls. It's not difficult to play, but the movement of the blob took a bit of getting used to. The game wasn't too hard as long as you're careful and don't just charge into a group of enemies. I died a couple of times because I tried to fight too many enemies and didn't pay attention to my ammo. I wasn't completely sold on the game, but I did kind of like it and I'm interested to see more. After Ganon, I played Steamworld Dig 2. I had the chance to talk to one of the guys from Image Informed Games, the developers of Steamworld Dig 2, so please check out that video too. I played the demo and really enjoyed it. It plays very similar to Steamworld Dig 1 but with upgraded graphics, and at the end of the demo you fight a sub-boss. Steamworld Dig 2 is a Metroidvania style game similar to the first but with a much extended map to explore. I'm a big fan of Steamworld Dig, and playing Dig 2 I felt right at home with the controls. The demo didn't show me much new compared to Dig 1 other than the sub-boss, but I was just happy that the gameplay was as good as the original. If you haven't played Steamworld Dig or Heist, I really recommend them. They're both excellent games and the story for Dig 2 will fit into the storyline for those games. This is a day 1 buy for me and I'm looking forward to playing it when it comes out in the summer. Lastly, I tried Flipping Death. This is a 2D puzzle game where you play as Penelope, who recently died and is now employed by Death to look after the souls of other dead people. I enjoyed the art style and the dark humour. I laughed out loud a couple of times during the demo, but I wasn't a fan of the gameplay or the puzzles. I didn't really have the patience to be backtracking to figure out my next action. The developers, Zoink, are the guys that made Doki Doki Universe. If you're a fan of that, then you'll probably like Flipping Death, but this didn't seem like a game for me. One of the developers said it was coming out early next year, so maybe my mind will change between now and the next 8 months. Thanks for watching and let me know your most anticipated Switch game coming out in the next few months.